Okay, hi everybody. I have my first fan letter, and I'm going to read it now for the first time with you guys. They've been holding it. Apparently, it's great, and I mean, I can't believe I have a fan letter. It's pretty exciting, but oh, it's long. Okay, here we go. It is from a woman named Susan. Hi, Susan. Thank you. Hi, Kelley. I've been watching your awesome Still Can't Cook YouTube videos, and I've loved them so much. Plus, an experience of mine related to one of your videos, which I really hoped you enjoy reading. I love the story time and dating failure stories, especially anything funny to do with crazy modern day dating, and especially love your video called No Dick Pics. How did men sending us dick pics become a thing? And just how do you expect us to respond back to them? Exactly. Somehow they seem to have become a replacement for flowers. Susan, you're funny. They seem to treat their penises as little trophies, little being the most important word in that sentence. I laugh so hard at your comment. You can be really ugly. Your dick is still not your best feature. I also love how you made the statement, gentlemen, keep those dick pics to yourself before I end up in the next episode. I just had to write you a story of mine about something which happened to me at my workplace related to your video. At your workplace? Jeez Louise. It was an awkward one about how I and another woman at work responded to someone who sent me an unsolicited dick pic, and I thought it would be fun to share it with you. So on with my story. A guy I used to always brag about having a huge penis. He always looked for the opportunity to talk about how big he was and how many women were after him because of it. He once said that he had a 10-incher. I'm sure you've come across someone like this at some stage. If I had, he'd still be here, Susan. This all changes, however, when he sent me the dick pic. His pic was a close-up of penis with with a ruler next to it. I can't see and cry at the same time. When I laugh, I cry. His pic was a close-up of a penis with a ruler next to it, so I could see exactly how long it was fully erect. Wow. I don't know what he was thinking, but it wasn't anything to boast about. It wasn't anything to boast about. It looked like it was only 5.5 inches long. When he sent me the message around 15 minutes later, begging me not to show it to anyone else and saying that he was so sorry, but I'd already sent it to every single one of my female friends. What woman wouldn't have if only to warn them about him? It was no accident that he sent it to me, as I found out that he had also sent it to someone else with the same apology to her. Oh, this guy's a creep. From then on, we kept making jokes at work by measuring various items in the office and rulers and saying the same, damn, this thing's smaller than I expected. That doesn't measure even 6 inches, followed by a lot of laughs. Oh my God, he's in the office here and you guys do this. This is fantastic. It was so funny watching him go as red as beetroot, even though we weren't even talking about his junk. They really do need to understand that if you send an unsolicited dick pic, then it opens up a season for us to send it to all the girls to point out and laugh at, as well as criticize and judge. That's the funny thing about a dick pic. We do share them. It's not something that stays with just. It's not like, but I wonder if they show ours. Like if we send a guy our naked bodies, like are they? But I mean, my body's nothing to laugh at. So if they're showing it, they're fucking bragging. Sorry, I changed this on to me. Back to you, Susan and Little Dick. They really do need to understand that if they send unsolicited dick pics, then it opens up the season for us to send it to all of our girls to point out and laugh at, as well as criticize and judge. Tell them that it's small seems to work really well when getting them to stop. The dick pic guy left 2 weeks after, probably thoroughly embarrassed from the thorough embarrassment. Our boss didn't understand what was going on until after he left. Afterwards, we told her, oh my God, you had a female boss. You could have told her from jump. First she would have laughed and then she would have fired him. And she had a really good laugh and said it served him right. How could we carry on working normally after going through that? This is now the reason I consider an erect penis 6 inches or less to be small. Do they expect us to react to their unsolicited dick pic with a message like, oh, that's such a nice dick? Is all that for me? Question mark. Wow, I feel so lucky. It's so big and such a turn on. That's exactly what they expect, Susan. That's clearly what they expect. Surely they must know by now that that approach doesn't work, and we are much more likely to show their dicks to our friends and have a good laugh at them. Thank you so much, Kelley, for your wonderful content and for entertainment it's given me. You're more than welcome to share my story and this hilarious picture. Now I can't wait to see this. In absolutely any way you please. Have a wonderful day. Love and hugs, Sue, XX. If you want to see the picture I received, I've added it down below. Full message I received from him was simply the word like, question mark. Oh my God, like, question mark, followed by an image of his erect penis, which I've included below. No wonder that as women, our sense of distance is all messed up when men keep telling us that this is 10 inches. I can't wait to see this picture. I'm scared to look. All right. I mean, it's a real dick. And it really is 5.5. Is this guy kidding me? I can't show this, can I? I don't think I can show it. All right. Well, for reference, it is actually next. Oh, Susan, you got to give me this guy's name. Who would do that? Why would he do that? What is wrong with him? It's a really little dick. Okay. All right. Well, Susan, thank you for sharing. I don't know how this guy would do this with a ruler and call. Maybe he's dyslexic. Maybe he doesn't understand. Maybe he thinks these are feet. Is he really, really, really short? This is a very little dick. All right, Mr. 5.5 inches. He has a little extra skin at the top. Like maybe he's not fully happy there. This is hideous. He's hideous, and I'm glad he no longer works for you. But I love his name, so I never end up dating him. And I have not seen this dick before, at least from this angle. And he's got a terrible haircut. And if you've seen the picture, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Susan, thank you so much. I'm dead on the ground from this. I love it. Thank you so much for sending it. I feel really bad for Mr. Little Dick, but this is how good men's delusion. That's how far their delusion run. It's not about our sense of space. It's that this guy could still look at his dick and be like, yeah, there's 10 inches. It's 10 inches. But he's looking at that. The men are fucking delusional. Anyway, and he's got kind of, never mind, there's weird veins in this thing. Thank you, Susan, and thank you for listening, and stay tuned. And please, guys, send me more dick pics, because this is really funny. The stories behind the dick pics, I don't just want the dick pics. But this is amazing. So thank you for my first fan letter and my first dick pic from a woman that wasn't a friend of mine, because I see a bunch of them, but usually they're people I know. And not the dicks, the women who send them. So thank you, and keep tuning in. That's crazy.